Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, again, we're back. I'm gonna chop up some game for you guys again. I'm sure you've all seen the recent headline with DJ Envy and his wife talking about she faked it for 10 years and all of this. Listen, you must always be weary of headlines nowadays that you see on the internet because the internet is the new social media is basically a virtual studio. They use social media to sell and create things that will draw in sales. So you look at the story, you got 4 kids, 45 kids, 20 some years later, she wasn't faking any orgasms. This is all just a sale. You see the recent wave with Will Smith. They're pretty much going to take the same route, using her to embarrass him. Because if you look at his last, when he went on the radio apologizing, he ended up having to go on an apology tour to promote their podcast. Now he's saying this is our book. All of these ventures is for his wife. If you notice, his wife, she's been struggling to get into the limelight the same way DJ Envy has. DJ Envy is one of the biggest DJs. He's on one of the biggest platforms and one of the longest running platforms at that level. So DJ Envy pretty much became a standout. Meanwhile, Gia was sitting in the shadows. So these are all efforts to get Gia what she wants. Now, the thing is, because he did cheat on her and he admitted with Erica Mena, you don't think that she has that in the trick bag for him. So let's play the game and say she was faking. Now, there are always truth to jokes, but you look at the evidence, 4 to 5 kids, maybe more later, there's no faking any orgasms in this situation. Because an orgasm is usually a mental versus a physical. I say that again, it's usually more mental before it is physical. She has to have an idea. Why do you think women treat nice guys like shit so much? It is rare that a woman can get the dick the way she wants and the love the way she wants from the same guy. It is going to be very rare. This is why women cheat to the extent that they do. The women that don't cheat, again, you're going to have some exceptions to the rule. But the women, and you look at cheating now, especially you guys who, are players on, medium levels or high levels, you know that you have women with boyfriends and husbands coming at you all day. You know that you get an influx of women that are in relationships seeking sexual gratification. It will be rare that a woman can get the emotional stimulus, the mental stimulus, and the sexual stimulus all from a faithful man. It will be very rare. It'll be no different than a person hitting the lottery. So just be wary when you see these stories coming out. They're trying to sell books and products because Gia, again, she's pursuing her own lane. She's getting older and she's realizing I'm getting older and I'm going to be phased out in a minute. No one is going to think about listening to me anyway because I'm going to be in my late 40s, 50s with nothing to show for it but being DJ Envy's wife. Now let's play it on the front end. Let's say we take it as face value that let's say this was the case. This is the road to an open relationship. Now, because he did cheat it. Oh, if you look at her personality, she has a vindictive, I got to get mine since you got yours. Don't think that Envy did not cook. You just look at Envy. He has some type of simp beta in him anyway for even letting a story such as this come out and discuss it, yet alone going on an apology tour. So we know Envy is blue and beta at the highest level. So don't think his woman did not just took it on the chin. I would believe that she said, I'm either going to leave you or you're going to let me bounce on these dicks. I got 3 that I want. Let me get them or I'm leaving. And he cooperated. But this is the road to an open relationship because what happens after a certain age, certain level of experience, women run out of love to give. I say that again. After a certain level in life, certain level of experiences, women will run out of love to give, and and dick will be the substitute. Dick will be the substitute. That's why you have, again, it was a post trending a few days ago on my social media regarding underground orgy and sex parties, and you should saw the engagement in which they've gotten. I said this time and time before, there is a sexual underworld. Most people have two faces, if not three. They're not, the women especially, they're not going to show or tell you their darkest fantasies. They want to be gang bang. They want this type of guy. They want to be treated like this because it's all mental for them. That is why if you're trying to be the perfect guy, you're putting her first. She's not going to respect or be sexually stimulated by you because you're beta. You're too easy. You're not exhibiting the value that she sees in you. It'll be no different than people being able to go play one-on-one with LeBron James at your local basketball court every weekend. They were like, well, if he's LeBron James, why is he in the neighborhood playing one-on-one with people that are not on his skill level? It wouldn't have any novelty to it. But you must understand a woman's libido and her physiology differs, and it changes rapidly. I would say after 31. After 31, she's going to start exploring the darker sides of her sexual appetite. She's going to be doing things that, you may have not been able to experience in her 20s, because now she's perfected them, or she's took out the inhibition to be judged. A lot of the times women don't want to do things with you because they feel you will judge them, because they hold you to a certain regard. They'll hold back because you're the catch. You're the one that I want to take home to my parents or show my friends, because my friends have been beating me in the boyfriend game over the last 3 years. So I got to preserve this one. I got to make sure they see this one in his splendor. So they will hold off on being a certain way with you sexually because they don't want you to judge or look at them different. But a woman, once she explores or taps into that dark side of her sexual appetite, it is like going down the rabbit hole. You will be trying to pull her out of it. You see these divorces. You see the Megan Goods divorcing Devon Franklin or Devon Franklin and going back to the streets to deal with the type of men she's always been attracted to. A leopard does not change its spots. Women do not change. Excuse me. They just get older. If a woman changes, it is, in my understanding, it is by force. She's forced to change due to her own circumstances. She doesn't change because it makes sense to. They take these changes when they're late 30s, mid 30s. Now all of a sudden they want to change. They want to rush into being showroom ready. They start dieting hard. They start fasting. They start eating right. But you're a day late and a dollar short. So once a woman can obtain the love, or once she gets the love and she say, you know what, this is not what it's all cracked up to be. They see their friends getting the flowers, getting this presidential treatment, but they're not getting the sexual gratification from the man in the bedroom because it's mental. And most of the time, the woman gets the best dick from the guy she should not be fucking anyway. The man who's in a relationship. If she's in a relationship, the side guy. Women have a interesting psychological makeup. And yes, it doesn't make sense. We know this. This is why when you listen to them and you get frustrated, that is a sign that what she's saying doesn't make any sense. I just heard a clip from Kevin Samuels a day ago about a woman. She's 46 years old, talking about she wants a man that makes a lot of money to take care of her. What about the rich men that don't want kids? But she's coming to him with a kid. She thinks she's gotten better with age and use. This is the delusion that we're dealing with in today's modern society. And we have simps like DJ Envy who will go along with it, even if it was true. Bitch, I'd be damned if you tell the world and this be a storyline to where people only want to interview me to ask me how am I not fucking my wife good. And what did you do in the interim when you found out you were still not fucking her good? You think she just sat around and said, okay, we'll try again next time? Oh, she went and bounced on that outside dick. Best believe. But because of his fortune, his notoriety, she knows she cannot attract, or her taste, her standards are so high. You look at DJ Envy, very, very successful guy, a lot of clout, a lot of respect amongst his peers in this industry. She knows she cannot get another man on that level. She has 4 to 5 kids. I want to say it's 5. She has 5 children with this man. Who's going to deal with her on any level? No one. But dick becomes the substitute for love when women experienced it and it did not work out for them. If they gave their love to the wrong man and it hurt them too deeply, women walk around scorned daily. You see the filters, the makeup, the pretty smiles, all of that is used to hide the pain of a broken heart and the pain of regret by fucking a guy or fucking with guys they knew and know they should not have been fucking with. A woman cannot give her best twice. I've said this before. But she starts chasing the big dick. She becomes a big dick chaser. You notice women, again, you just pay attention. I walk in, if I'm wearing certain pants, I know if women are going to look, and I make sure I look at them. I see where their eyes go. Women are dick watchers by nature. That's all they do. They want to see how big. I wonder if he has a big dick. Women become big dick chasers after a certain age, and they ruin themselves by chasing endless big dicks. I see women on my timeline, 40 years old, knocking on 50, still out in the club, still going here, still on Snapchat, still doing the same shit that a 16-year-old would be doing, or a 20-year-old would be doing. 20 years later, 20 plus years later. But you must understand the language. And the language, I mean verbally and non-verbally. Women give you cues as to what their move is going to be. You just have to be, knowledgeable and you have to be experienced in that area to know why a woman is with you or if she's changing into something that you did not commit to. See, we have a culture to where women only get to bring standards to the relationship. And I challenge all my guys to say, how many times have you been into a relationship situation and you laid out what you expect from her in return? No man is went into a relationship or any type of situation with a woman and said, okay, well, you want commitment. This is what I need and this is what I demand and want. Because me committing to you is contingent upon the terms that we agree upon. See, we made the mistake as men of thinking women will love us unconditionally. That is the biggest lie ever told. Women don't even love their children unconditionally. You see that you hear and see these stories where women turn their 16-year-old, 14-year-old sons into the men of the house, having them get jobs to help pay bills. Nah, nigga, you gonna pay some bills. Women don't even love their children unconditionally. How can they love you unconditionally? Everything comes with terms and conditions, therefore making it a potential temporary scenario once those conditions are not met or are no longer met. She begins seeking the exit. But dick will become the substitute if you give her too much of what she wants and not enough of what she needs. Women will always have 2 men or if not 3 men in mind that they want to deal with at one time. It is just that their reputation is at stake, so they rarely risk it, if risking it at any time in their relationship. But you guys let me know what you think about this video. Like, comment, subscribe. It's the Date Master.